What's up, family? This is your man, not your boy. Go Black to Africa. You know, I want to do this video because this sister who actually spoke out against uh, family members who don't respect those who show the love, and yet those who don't come around, who don't respect loved ones, especially in their time of need, are the ones who get all the credit. I came across this video, and being here that I'm in Africa, and I have got to know a lot of African cultures, and I got to meet a lot of the Africans. I really want to say that this also rings true in Africa. It is amazing. I've said this before in my videos. The worst African you can ever come across are some. Now, but don't apply, don't cry. Some of the worst Africans that I see that come back to the continent, not emphasis on back, those who left to go to these Western worlds and come back with their noses in the air, think they're better than, and play this game like they all rich and got all this right here and look down on their own families. So bear with me. I'm gonna play this video, and I want y'all to pay close attention. I'm gonna invite some people to come in. Whomever want to call in will be able to call in. But look within yourself to see, is that me? Do I really behave that way? Because what this sister is saying is so true. So without further ado and without delay, let me go here and play this video. Okay, let me go ahead and bring that here. Let's see if we can.
Somebody told me not to make this video. I'm making it anyway. You know, they always that one child.
Let me know if you can hear it.
That will give up, sacrifice, lay everything aside. They take care of mom and daddy or grandma. That one child that could have went on and got that bachelor's and doctorate's degree, but she wanted to stay close and take care of mom and daddy. She could have just, moved out of town, got her big house in the suburbs. But no, she stayed close, or he stayed close to take care of mom and daddy. Somebody got to make the sacrifice. You got the ones that go out of town, they go out of town and make a life for themselves, and they always too busy to come home. And then when they do come home, they look at you like you're dirty. Because you chose to stay here in South Carolina.
South Kakalaki.
You ain't done nothing right, And they up there upside down in their house. They ain't telling nobody we did rent their cars, come down here. They're too good to stay in the house that they've been born and raised in, A trailer ain't no good for them no more. If they was in a trailer, they got to go to the hotel. But when the parent dies, that child that was down here taking care of mother and daddy, mother and father, she becomes obsolete. All her sacrifices are getting up in the middle of the night, taking care of them, and probably got to move out of her house into their house to take care of them. Her sacrifice didn't mean nothing. All them trips back and forth to the doctors, getting paperwork done while you on the phone calling, what going on? Did you do this? Did you do that? You and your education. You calling down here criticizing what she or he could have done, that you thought that you could do better, but you didn't have the time. You couldn't make the time, because you waiting on that that phone call and say she's dead, so you can step in and do your thing. So you can step in and handle things. See, now you the after effect. You know that's the kind of person you are. The person that was down here wiping and cleaning the house and getting it straight, getting the yard straight. You understand? Yeah. They become obsolete. Oh, but when the person died, mom and daddy or grandma died, you got all the time in the world. They come down here. So you couldn't find time all the time. You've been busy. Oh, but when they die, you come down here. Arrangements say it right. You know, you entitled now. You entitled. You're entitled to be on the front row. Your name should be here. You should be there. They should be here. You gotta see, you got that insurance policy that you've been hiding. But you want to see what the other kids will come up with, and then you'll put your part with it, and then you go to the people and get a death certificate and cash in your insurance. Yeah, you the one. You the one. You the one that come down here and ain't nothing right. Nothing right. They ain't pick out the right flowers. They ain't pick out the right casket. You overseeing the obituary. You just that clean-up person. You know, and one thing that make me mad. The dying person. The person that your mama did what they'll put the estate or whatever in a person's name that ain't taken care of. The one that's up the road, the one you think that's so educated, you know, you put it in their name. And the one that been taking care of you, wiping and cleaning, then give up everything to take care of you. She ain't worthy to make arrangements. I was talking to this girl. She hold her head down. That was this video for me. So I got some of them in my family too. Ain't everybody family. Not only mine, but you know, my family, you can call and talk to me when I finish this video. I really don't care. She said, my mama died, I did all that, and my sister coming up the road and just talk trash to me in the car. I said, because you left. You left. I said, because it couldn't have been Shirley. I said, it couldn't have been me. I said, I would have, when I found out that somebody else was going to be over everything and I done slaved myself to death, I would have said, you better come down here and get them. You better come back up there and take it with you, with your business there. You better do all that now. Because I done sacrificed enough and you can come down here and criticize me. It couldn't have been Shirley. It couldn't have been me. And she been just a crying. I said, go ahead on, cry it out. They come down here, they took the house from me. I said, the house that you been taking care of. Okay, because she said she been paying all the taxes and she been doing this. I said, so she gonna come and just run you out of it. She ain't had time to do nothing else. Yeah, mama left everything to her. I said, okay. I said, but the Lord got something in store for you. I said, you done your part as a daughter. I said, if the Lord don't want her to have it, she won't have it. She said, I ain't gonna fight her for it. I'm gonna just move out the house. I said, where you going? I don't know where I'm going. I just go move out the house. Woman came down here, booed up the house. This is the family house. Okay. Family wasn't in here taking care of your mom and your daddy either. Your sister was. Her and her children was. And you bring your children down here. Well, my child is the oldest. They should be here, and they should be there, and I should be here, and I should be there. See, now all of a sudden, now you entitled. Some of y'all need to check yourself.
So that's so. What do y'all think? What do y'all think of that? Because you know. Let me give you all some one example. When I left America, about a month ago. I left America a couple of weeks ago, but when I was there, I was in the airport. I'm going to some other place, and there was two brothers from Africa talking, and I overheard them talking, and they were talking about how when they come back to home, they can't even go home, because their family members press too much upon them, that they go stay in other places. And I've talked to people personally. See, I want to talk to some of these brothers and sisters who left out of bad situations in the continent, left their folks, go to Western worlds, and then thinking you're too good, thinking now that everybody's pressing upon you and like you are some saint that you now decide you're going to stay away from. But that brother and them continued talking, and as when they finished their conversation, I asked the guy when he walked past, I said, "Hey man, where are you from?" He said, "Congo." I said, "I overheard you talking, and you said, man, that you don't even go let your family know you come back in the country. You go to a hotel and you'll go to a hotel and you'll go take care of whatever business you need to, but most of your family don't know because you said you press too much." He said, "Yeah." So he began to tell me that there was a situation that I've heard before, many times before, that he sent money home to help the family. And one of the business endeavors they did, he sent money home so his brother and them could buy a vehicle as a mode of transportation to transport things around and make money. And he said they didn't use the money and all that right there, what the purpose of it was it for. And yet he was pissed off and he was talking about them and everything like they were just dogs. And I said to the brother, I said, "Man, what would you expect that here you are?" And I've seen many of you all. This is like, I don't be afraid of nobody. I mean, I'm going to tell you like it is. I said, I've seen many people like you who you come to America, UK, Europe, and Canada. You flash and send these fake ass pictures of houses that you claim you live in, cars that you drive. You wear these Goodwill clothes, secondhand clothes. You come back to Africa, gleaming. That first time you come back, you know what you did. And this is why they press upon you. You came back shining. You came back new. You came back boasting. Bragging. You came back trying to show your little $2,000-3,000 that you saved before. Let me continue. You come back home and you put on this facade. I see these people who come in here, Africa, that live over in this countryside. I'm not saying all. So if it don't apply, don't cry. But these are the worst Africans I ever see. Just like that sister said in America. These are the worst black folk that you can ever see. They be away. And your tail would be back tending to business, taking care of mama, daddy, taking care of whatever it is. And all of a sudden, it's like, the ones who stay away, they want to come back and look down on you. They too good to stay in a family house. They rather go ahead and stay in the hotel. I've talked to Africans like this, and they're too good. They're goody two shoes. They become so Negropean that they think that their people are worse than they are. So the guy, he sits there and says, "Well, no." I said, no. I said, "Brother, come on now. When you came first, your first visit back home, when you came to damn Erica," put the D in front of America, capitalize the E. Damn, you had on your little knockoffs, your fake Gucci belt, your fake uh, 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 name brand shirts, or if you're a woman, you had your knockoff Louis Vuitton bags, cost $30. You come home and you flaunt your little money. You show your fake pictures, because let me tell you, Africans out here who's wanting to go to America, majority of the Africans, even I've been to everywhere almost around this world, and I always seek out where the brothers and sisters are. In Europe, in UK, a lot of them dirt poor. They live 5-6 people to a house. They shop at secondhand stores. And they act like to you who are left here in Africa, like they're making all the money. And these are probably the worst people, because you got people who are dying, trying to leave out of this continent to go to these Western worlds, to say it is, they upside down in their house mortgages. They up here renting cars or leasing cars, trying to get a cheaper car note so they can drive around in a BMW or a Mercedes or what have you. And these people sit around and they look down at their own people. These are the dirty. My young sister went to go visit my mom, who stays with my oldest sister. My younger sister told me she went there to go visit. My mom is a hard nut to crack. She's old, she's 81, God bless her, love her, but she is one that is stuck in her old ways. And she likes to pit kids against each other. She plays those games. And so my little sister who was there, I call her my little sister, she 7 years behind me, but she goes visit them, and my mom does this so-called stab in the back of my sister who let her live with her for the last 10, 12 years, demeaning her and trying to boost my little sister up like, oh yeah, you're the business-minded one. You're the one who, you know what you're doing business-wise, blah, 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 blah. And so my younger sister told me she had to bite her tongue. But she looked at my other sister like as though that, you're going to sit here and let her just like try to throw darts at you through me. And yet here it is that you take care of her ass every day. Now, my mom ain't got much to give at all. But it's funny that she would probably leave whatever she had to my little sister, just as a means as a get back stab. And thankfully, my little sister has a heart, because even when my dad passed away, my dad put a life insurance in her name. And come to find out there was a life insurance. It was in her name. She took the life insurance and she split it equally amongst all of us siblings. I took a portion of that and sent it back to her. And I said, you know what? That right there shows the type of person you are, that you could have kept it a secret. You could have kept it hush, but you chose to show honesty and integrity. And she said, I would not think just because, our dad left something in her name that it was specifically for her. And I sent her a portion of that back as a thank you for her honesty. But you got those that the sister talked about. When it's all said and done, the ones who sat there and took care of the family, who washed ass, cleaned house, cooked food, don't get the respect. And I know my mom, she doesn't give my older sister the respect that I think really is due. I mean, because I'm not going to even go there and say that one, but the thing about it is we have to realize who are the dirty ones. I saw a video of this woman. She got to TikTok, and she typically asks her mother questions. In one particular video, her mother said that she was the smart one, and her other daughter was she was the pretty one, and her other daughter was the smart one. So she asked, she said, you don't think I'm pretty? And then the mother kind of caught herself and was just like, well, y'all might have seen the video, but well, you know, when the other daughter says, you don't think that I'm pretty? And so she was like, you pretty and she's smart. And and it's sad. This is division of families when we do things like that. And I hate to say it, that our elders have done that over the years. Having favoritism to kids are a destructiveness. And sometimes the ignorance of the siblings will get caught up in that. I had to check my daughter out. I'll never forget. It was about 6 years ago. She came out of her mouth and want to accuse me of being hard on her sister, and then had to make a claim that I was her favorite one, the one who I had to check. I said, hold up, where did you get that from? Where did you get that you are my favorite one? Well, I mean, you be on Gabby and you would hold up. You see, my daughter liked to play basketball, and I was a coach. I was a high school coach. And the type of dad I am, I don't allow you to take corners. I don't allow you to, cheat yourself. And and it was during that time of when she made a comment 6 years ago. They was probably about she was about 17, 18. But I told her, I said, how do you think that you're my favorite because I was hard on her? And that was only during our basketball when I was coaching her, because she said she wanted to play in the WNBA. And yet you think you're my favorite. Let me tell you something, little, that was going to be the favorite. It would have been her because I spent more time with her. But I was never a dad to try to divide y'all up and say, oh, you're my favorite. Is that no. So even kids think they're special or want to be the favorite one. This is one of the ignorant things. I remember my brother had told me he went to go see our aunt. And, he carelessly told me when he got there and everything. And she says, she says, oh, how's my favorite nephew? And I said to him, I say, oh, that don't bother me. I mean, hell, I don't even see the woman. Don't even really know the woman. But even he saying that was like, what you come back telling me that? Who cares? Does that make you feel good that somebody tells you you're their favorite? Does that make you feel like you something? We are a people sometimes that we cause more division than those who we claim are against us. How in the world do you show partiality to somebody that is supposed to be family? How do you I told my children this right here. If y'all don't get y'all asses over here to Africa, and I bought property and all that right there, and I'm going to be starting a business, y'all don't get nothing. And guess what? There's Africans out here who would love to be in your position. Because whoever put their hand to the plow, that goes too. You don't get nothing for free. No different than if I grow old and somebody is taking care of me, oh, they gonna get it. They gets what's mine. How in the world could you dismiss a person who's taking care of you and thinking the smart one who done gone off to the big city, you thinking this person's the smartest one who went to get the degree, who went and bought a big house, and you think you proud of your child, and yet the one who decided because they have the heart of love, they have the compassion, they wouldn't want to leave far from you. They wanted to stay connected because you bore them. And how could you overlook the one who remained behind? This right here is something that I tell you, there is a sickness amongst the community that we have to change. I talked to a brother today, and he came from America. He's been here for 6 years. And I was at the Kamasi Mall. I was here at the Kamasi Mall, and they happened to have this child's little play center or whatever. And the one thing he said, I learned that most of the people don't really concern themselves with the children. There's little children activities, there's little children outlets. And he said, most of the people, the adults here, care about themselves and adults, and the children are overlooked. And I said, I'm gonna have to agree with you on that because I haven't seen a lot. I'm not saying everybody don't care for the child, love that child. I'm not saying that. But the conversation I had the other day with a friend of mine, we were driving through Accra, and it was freaking 10 o'clock in the morning. And so many of the little children are on the street, walking up to the car, selling little items. Some are begging and stuff. And there was a billboard of a candidate who want to run next for the presidency. And he talked about change and all this stuff right here. And I said, man, y'all believe that old hype change? Obama said that crap. And yeah, that change he was talking about was for the LGBT community change. He passed it to where, there could be same-sex marriage. But what change are you going to do? You see, when we look at our children, they're the future. You want to get out of poverty, or you want your children to be like you and stay in poverty, or you want to invest in your children? Do you want to just live today for you, your glam? You think that your expensive car and your house, your jewelry you buy, and you neglect your own children? Shame on you. And even if your children that have aspirations and want to go off into the wild blue yonder, and whether or not the children wanted to stay close to you, don't ever overlook them. In the sense that the child who went off to another country making money, and they sending you money back, whatever, is the blessed child. And I know every situation is different. But from what this sister's talking about, I'm saying, I've seen it from my own eyes, seen it with my own eyes. And I see a lot of these nasty Africans coming back into this continent who has a disdain for their own people, who look down on them, who treat them worse than a European. Snap fingers and, hey, and picky and are you and for real. These are some of the most disgusting Negropeans that I've ever seen. So I wanted to share this video with you all because we all can learn from other people's experiences. And so I wanted to say that I want you all to chime in tomorrow because I have a white guy. He was he's an associate back in the day of mine, and he reached out to me because he'd been watching some of my videos. And his mind is blown, and he said he's been learning a lot from watching my videos. And we're going to have a conversation because, I've been going hard on these Europeans, these white people. And, he says, hey, man, I understand that's your reality, and I have my reality. But he's blown away to learn so much by the very evilness that his people have done. But he doesn't, white people don't say white people destroyed it. White people has messed up the world. White people, destroys and kills. They don't say that. They use names and stuff. And we're going to get into that tomorrow. But he's going to be my first in 3 years on this panel. He reached out to me. A guy I used to do business with, a guy I used to coach with. This is going to be a very interesting topic. So I want you all to chime in tomorrow at about this very same time. Tomorrow, well, it'll be a little earlier. It'll be about 2 hours earlier than this time right now. But we're gonna have some good conversation because there's a lot he don't know and understand. And we get to hear from a horse's mouth, as we would say, in how do they perceive it when you see that your own people have behaved in this way and are in this way. So check that out, family. But anyway, family, this is your man, not your boy, bringing you another gold nugget that you can either pick up or you can just kick it aside. Peace and blessings to each and every one of you all. May you all have a blessed day. And I wish much success in all your endeavors. And last and foremost, let me leave y'all with this right here before I go, okay? Love. You see, the Europeans have told us that love is about affection. Love is about, the sexual side of things. hold on a second. We think love is about the tingle, feely, the you know how they used to show in the movies and the cartoons, everything, a kiss and the fireworks go off, um and we have this love upside down. And so let me read this to you right here. Let me read this right here. First Corinthians, and we could just chew off it because the world got definitions totally different than what the Most High would have. Let me read this right here to you all right here. Love. Love suffers long. Love suffers long, and it's kind. You see, when you say you love somebody, you should ask yourself, do you do these things? And if you say that person loves you, you should ask yourself, do they fall in? Love does not envy. Love values not itself. Love is not puffed up. Love does not behave itself unseemingly. Love does not seek its own. Love is not easily provoked. This is 1 Corinthians 13, 4-8. Love thinks no evil. Love does not rejoice in sin, bad behaviors. But love rejoices in the truth. Love will bear all things. Love believes all things. Love hopes all things. Love endures all things. Love never fails. You see, the next time you say you love somebody, you consult this to see, are you kind? Are you not puffed up? You're not envy. Long suffering or suffereth long means patient. Love suffers long means patience. Are you patient with somebody? You don't think no evil. See, that person that woman was talking about, they were displaying love when they are taking care of their parents. I'm out.